Life, sex, and death in the modern world. Harvey Fierstein and Stockard Channing star in the HBO Showcase Tidy Endings. Next.
He told me that he was going to beat the heck out of me, that he was going to take my kids, and that he would make my life so miserable that I would wish daily that I was dead.
The young woman you just saw was murdered by her ex-husband. During the next 15 seconds, another act of domestic violence will occur. But people can be helped, and this epidemic can be stopped. Please join me, Lee Grant, for America Undercover, Battered, beginning September 13th on HBO.
Catch the brightest stars, the biggest hits, the best movies on HBO. Honored with the 1988 Academy Award for Best Actress, Jodie Foster stars in The Accused with Kelly McGillis. Brian Dennehy, Stockard Channing, Aidan Quinn, the HBO original movie for October, The Perfect Witness, The Perfect Victim. Honored with the Academy Award nomination for Best Actress, Meryl Streep stars in the drama A Cry in the Dark. Catch them all, the best movies, on HBO.
Amy Irving, the uptown yuppie living the simple, single life.
I have everything.
But Grandma has other ideas.
You made an appointment with a marriage broker? I got some nice boys. Fine, respectable boys.
Peter Riegert, one of downtown's nicest pickle packers.
I am not holding my breath.
And the big blind date is set.
This is what I'm waiting for.
Crossing Delancey may be more than they ever bargained for.
It's a match. Nah, not so fast.
Premieres Sunday on HBO, the best time on TV.
Diana Ross. From London's Wembley Arena, the sizzling, sexy, sensational Diana Ross.
If we hold on together.
Tour de force performance, the one and only Diana Ross on HBO World Stage. Coming Saturday, September 9th.
Hi, I'm Matt Lauer for HBO Entertainment News. When it comes to comedy, there's no place like HBO. And when it comes to comedy festivals, there's no place like Montreal. In July, the streets of Montreal became a grand stage for performers from all over the world during the 7th Annual International Comedy Festival, and HBO cameras were there, taping the acts and antics of the more than 250 comedians and street entertainers who showed up in the name of comedy. They were certainly not at a loss for audiences. Almost 500,000 people turned out for the 2-week festival to catch the comedy of such well-knowns as Jerry Seinfeld, Rich Hall, Bob Goldthwait, Rick Dukeman, and Robert Klein.
It was a wonderful festival, devoting a beautiful city like this to 10 days of laughs. What could beat it? And HBO was there.
If you weren't able to make it up to Montreal, don't worry, because HBO taped the festival's grand finale featuring the best of the fest, and it will air as an HBO comedy hour, the Montreal International Comedy Festival 1989, premiering in November. Well, festivals aren't the only place to get a dose of comedy. The latest rage off-Broadway this season is Reno in Rage and Rehab, a one-woman show featuring the talents of an up-and-coming comedienne known simply as Reno.
And there's this woman behind me on the bank line, and she's about 10 years younger than me, and she's got one of those power bows on, you know? Like I'm supposed to be intimidated by somebody who looks like Bozo.
I think people want some substance again, and I guess my show has substance. I mean, I'm angry about some things. I'm passionate about everything I talk about. Otherwise, there's no sense of talking about it.
For years, Reno honed her humor in downtown Manhattan clubs, earning only $25 to $30 per night.
I performed at performance spaces like PS 122 and Dixon Place and the Pyramid Club and Limbo Lounge and places that come and go with the night because they're basically people's living rooms and often very illegal, although the ones that I mentioned are not. And eventually people said, well, Reno, you know, you're really good at this. why don't you make a living at it?
Rolling Stone magazine agreed and named her hot comedy prospect of 1989.
I burnt my bra so this 24-year-old broad could trade futures on Wall Street. Want to trade futures? Want to trade futures with me, huh?
At this point, Reno shouldn't trade futures with anyone. Hers is looking pretty good. HBO introduces Reno in her unique special premiering in November. Another comedian who continues to gain momentum is Robert Townsend. His fourth HBO special, playing the nut role, Robert Townsend and his partners in crime 4, is currently in the works.
We're playing the nut role. We're back on HBO, and the madness is just beginning!
With the specials, I get the best of both worlds, the best of all worlds. I get to perform in front of a live audience, so that adrenaline is flowing. Then I get film clips so I can work my skills as a director. Then I have production numbers that allow me to dance and sing.
The multi-talented Townsend first hit the scene in 1987 with Hollywood Shuffle, a film financed through his own credit cards. It was a real learning experience.
I didn't go to film school, and so I kind of like taught myself, you know, movie making by being on the set and watching.
After watching the film's enormous success, Townsend packed up his partners in crime and shuffled off towards television.
I still am amazed and say that they pay me to do what I do. You know, I get paid for this. I mean, it's like, I'm just being a kid and having fun. I mean, it's like, I mean, my partners, we're all kids. You know, we just happen to be, you know, like, you know, in our 20s and 30s, you know, and so, but we're still kids.
All kidding aside, Townsend's on a roll, a nut roll. Besides his HBO special, he's finishing a film titled Heartbeat and has a new comedy album coming out this October. But for now, be on the lookout for a most arresting experience with Robert Townsend and his partners in crime 4, premiering on HBO in September. That's the latest on HBO Productions. For Entertainment News, I'm Matt Lauer.
A cavalcade of comic capers tonight on HBO. At 8, the best movies are on HBO as Tom Hanks grows from puny teen to puzzled manhood in the premiere of Big. At 10, Jackie Mason's up to par when the snobby meet the slobby on the golf course in Caddyshack 2. At midnight, Lorne Michaels presents the comedy crew of the 90s in a new episode of The Kids in the Hall, In the Rough and Off the Cuff, tonight on HBO.
I play the role of John Belushi in the film Wired, and very few times, it's very seldom that as an actor you get to play a role like John, because, I mean, someone as diverse and three-dimensional as John was. You know, he could do so many things and do them so well that, you know, as an actor, to be able to get an opportunity to do all those things and to be all those things is one thing. But then when it's someone that you were a fan of as a kid, which I was, it's amazing. It's fantastic. John sometimes would act differently in different situations. I mean, very differently. You know, there was this very dark, compulsive side, obviously, and there was also a very, very giving, light, loving side. And his comedy meets somewhere in the middle between those two. The lips. Mm-hmm. The time that it was most striking, the time that the similarity actually affected me, was the Blues Brothers. When I put on that garb, it's so specific, and the little Chesterfield with the eyes and the little thing, and the hat and the glasses and the suit. You know, I went, ooh, yeah, that's close. We had to dance and sing, and every time we walked off the stage, you know, it was press and 700 extras and so many people. I mean, it was one of those days that made me more able to relate to John, really, quite frankly. It was like, wow, you know, this is on a very, very small scale, the kind of pressure and pulling that he must have felt. I really can't help but think that if John saw this movie, he would like it, because it's his kind of comedy. I mean, it's his kind of humor.
One man dies.
We are not the two widows of Colin Redding. He's mine. Mine.
Two people loved him.
Now what if I wasn't everything he ever wanted? Maybe he wasn't everything I ever wanted.
Who gets the memories?
I want you out of my life, and I want you to leave Colin alone.
The man is dead. I don't know how much more alone I can leave him.
A loss shared, a love found. Stockard Channing, Harvey Firestein. Tidy endings from HBO Showcase. Coming up next.
Catch the brightest stars, the biggest hits, the best movies on HBO. The multi-talented Whoopi Goldberg stars in the comedy drama Clara's Heart, Winning Friends Forever. Nominated for 3 1988 Academy Awards, Francis Ford Coppola's saga Tucker, The Man and His Dream. Nominated for 2 Academy Awards, including Best Supporting Actor, River Phoenix, Running on Empty. Catch them all, the best movies on HBO.
I happen to be a very well-known American actor.
Not that well-known.
Jack Noah is a second-rate actor who's about to get the lead role in a third-world country.
I just don't think that I could do this.
Play the part or I'll kill you.
Make a very good director.
Thank you.
Not like that, with a flip. With a flip. Okay, with a flip. That's right. I'm flipping.
Who are you?
I'm an actor.
Oh, you're an actor.
I'm playing the dictator.
I can help you play the part.
This could be the role of a lifetime.
You should get an Oscar for tonight.
But only if he can manage to stay alive.
Why didn't you get Bobby De Niro?
Richard Dreyfuss, Raul Julia, and Sonia Braga will keep you laughing in this political farce about improvisation, impersonation, and assassination. Moon Over Parador. Tomorrow on HBO.
On Bobby De Niro.
Pierce Brosnan is Neil Skinner. His business partner double-crossed him, sent him to prison, and stole his girl. 4 years later, it's time to get even.
I'm back. He's trying to give up smoking. You know how that is. But I'm going to take you. A battle of wits. You still make that funny little noise when you make love?
You'll never know.
I have this one chance to get even, to get respect. He jumps you, and you jump me, and that's how he jumps me.
You really think I'm capable of double-crossing you after double-crossing Everett?
This is one very twisted pretzel, this guy.
Pierce Brosnan, Tom Skerritt, and Wendy Hughes star in the HBO original movie for September. He had 4 years to plan his revenge and 1 week to pull it off. The Heist. Getting even is worth waiting for. Premieres Saturday, September 16, only on HBO.
A cavalcade of comic capers tonight on HBO. At 8, the best movies are on HBO as Tom Hanks grows from puny teen to puzzled manhood in the premiere of Big. At 10, Jackie Mason's up to par when the snobby meet the slobby on the golf course in Caddyshack 2. At midnight, Lorne Michaels presents the comedy crew of the 90s in a new episode of The Kids in the Hall, In the Rough, and Off the Cuff tonight on HBO.